Welcome to the All-Party Leaders Debate. Our moderator for the evening is Peter Desbarres.
Good evening. There are 11 accredited national political parties in this campaign, and all of them were invited to send their leaders here tonight. The program is going to run 2 hours, the first on News World and the whole 2 hours on the internet, and you'll find it at democracychannel.net. The leaders will start with 1-minute opening statements and then answer questions from a panel. But first, a word from the president of the Democracy Channel, Greg Vezina.
Good evening. Pundits and political leaders who complain about fringe parties and wasted votes are afraid of democracy. They forget that democracy needs ideas and small parties bring them to us. Yesterday's fringe party can become a majority party or even a government, and governments can become smaller parties. A vote for any party may be lost, but that doesn't mean it's a wasted vote. Small party leaders and candidates toil for no worldly reward. They are good citizens, and we owe them our respect and gratitude. I propose we simply all vote for the parties that we like best, and then, after the election, demand that Parliament reform itself to mirror the cross-Canada popular vote. A voting system which regularly turns minority parties into majority governments and can even award a majority government to a party that gets less votes than another is simply undemocratic. And this has happened recently in Canada in both British Columbia and Quebec. We will have reason to be proud of our Canadian democracy when every voice is heard, every vote is equal, and every vote counts. And now, back to our moderator.
Thank you, Greg. 6 party leaders have accepted our invitation and have agreed to share this platform and talk to Canadians about their visions for the country. Let me introduce you to them, or them to you. They are Joan Rousseau of the Green Party, the Honourable Paul Hellyer of the Canadian Action Party, Mark Boris St. Maurice of the Marijuana Party, Sandra Smith for the Marxist-Leninist Party, Ashley Deans for the Natural Law Party, and Miguel Figueroa of the Communist Party. Each leader is going to start out with an opening statement of 1 minute before we get to the questions, and we'll start out with Dr. Joan Rousseau.
Well, I first of all want to say how disappointed I am that the 5 other parties that really are part of the industrial, military, financial complex are not here to join us this evening. I would like to say something about the Green Party. The Green Party is the party that's furthering the public trust, not the industrial, military, financial complex. We call for the guaranteeing of human rights, including labor rights, including First Nations rights, women's rights, the human right to food, unadulterated food, not genetically engineered food, not pesticide-ridden food. We also promote peace. We also promote social justice. We also promote an environmentally sound and economically stable communities across Canada. The Green Party has been in Canada since 1983. The time has come to elect Green Party members across Canada. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rousseau. And our second speaker is Paul Hellyer, the leader of the Canadian Action Party.
This is the strangest election I've seen in 50 years. Not one of the 5 major parties has even mentioned the 2 most important issues facing the Canadian people today. First, we are losing our country. The Free Trade Agreement and NAFTA were not trade agreements. They're investment agreements that allow foreign corporations to buy Canada for 65 cents on the dollar. 13,000 Canadian companies sold since the Free Trade Agreement was signed. Twice as many last year as the year before, and the pace is quickening. Second, Mr. Chrétien and his government have transferred huge amounts of our sovereignty to unelected, unaccountable officials at the World Trade Organization. This, in my opinion, is a breach of trust, a betrayal. And when you look at the Canadian Oxford Dictionary, you find that that is the description of treasonous. Do you appreciate the fact that Mr. Chrétien has given away your power to determine your own future.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hellyer. And third on the list is Mark Boris St. Maurice of the Marijuana Party.
Hi, I'm Mark Boris St. Maurice, leader of the Marijuana Party. I'd first of all like to thank the organizers, thank the media, and thank everyone out there for tuning in to hear our messages. We're a new political party. We're running 73 candidates in this general election, which we feel is a very strong first showing. Our plan is to reunite and keep everyone, all the marijuana activists in Canada united and strong so that we may be heard as a legitimate constituency. Only then can we generate leverage and bring about political will. This, in turn, will turn our platform into legislative reality. It is very important for us to remain united and to act as a legitimate constituency. We invite everyone to vote for the Marijuana Party to send a strong message to our leaders that this is a change we believe in and that we want to see happen now. Our party, victory for our party is ending marijuana prohibition. If I have to become the Prime Minister of Canada to do that, I am prepared to go that far. And if we have to win seats, we are prepared to do that. So please support the Marijuana Party if you believe in ending prohibition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. St. Maurice. And now Sandra Smith, who is the leader of the Marxist-Leninist Party.
Thank you, Peter. Good evening. The Marxist-Leninist Party in this election is running 84 candidates across the country. The majority of them are worker politicians, and we have the largest percentage of women candidates of all the federally registered political parties at 36%. We also have 20% of our candidates who are youth. In this election, we are carrying on the work we carry on throughout the year to empower Canadians, and we are organizing them to build citizens' committees for democratic renewal. We think that the major problem that's facing the democracy in Canada is the party-dominated system of government. And we think that until Canadians are empowered, and then they will not be able to make the decisions that affect their lives. And this is a very serious problem the more the situation degenerates in the country.
Thank you very much, Ms. Smith. The fifth on our list is Ashley Deans, the leader of the Natural Law Party.
Good evening. We'd really like to thank the organizers of this event this evening for giving us a voice in this election. The Natural Law Party is offering Canadians Vedic administration. Veda means knowledge, the total knowledge of natural law. So the Natural Law Party is offering Canadians a government based on the total knowledge of natural law and not just on the partial values of natural law that we see in government today. The total value, the total knowledge of natural law is available in the unified field of natural law as glimpsed by modern physics. This unified field underlies everything in the universe and nourishes our own physiology. By looking at this knowledge and enlivening the unified field, we can offer the Vedic approach to healthcare, which allows individuals to have less disease and thereby avoid the problems of modern medicine. We have Vedic rehabilitation, which rehabilitates prisoners and reduces crime. So Vedic administration satisfies everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deans. The sixth party leader on our list is Miguel Figueroa of the Communist Party.
Thank you and good evening. As Canadians prepare to go to the polls to elect a new government, there is a very real danger that politics will be pushed even further to the right as a result of this election. But beneath the haze and the acrimony of the current election campaign, Canadians need to ask themselves certain fundamental questions. Why is it, for instance, that the profits of the largest transnational corporations, the banks and the oil companies, are skyrocketing, while living standards at the very same time for working people are actually declining? Why is it that vital social services like Medicare and education are being underfunded and privatized? Why are workers' rights and women's rights being eroded? And why is Canadian sovereignty itself in decline? The answer, we believe, is that these are all part of the same corporate agenda for Canada. But we think that there is an alternative to those policies, one that puts people before profits. We think that fundamental changes are necessary to increase wages for workers, to shorten the working week, and to take other measures which advance people's alternative to corporate power. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Figueroa.